Hey there, Saber fans, Shamim here. Once again, it is the neck time, and today we're taking a look at Luke Skywalker's Return of the Jedi V3 hilt, also known as the shared Stunt saber. I had previously done a video showing off this hilt and going into some of the backstory and the history, so we won't go over that right now. You can go check out my other V3 video for more information on the shared Stunt. This hilt was made by Rudy Pando, just like the previous one. This is from his second run, though. So there were a couple changes, modifications made from the first run. This one now has a 7/8 inch blade, much easier to source than the 3/4 inch blade that the first run had. And then on this particular build, I also vented the pommel for sound. On the first one that I had done, I'd kept the pommel solid, and I had tried to vent some of these holes in the clamp up here to vent it for sound, and I wasn't super happy with the way that it vented. I mean, it was certainly loud enough, but you know me, I like things to be super loud, or as loud as possible. So I decided to keep that solid and then go with venting the pommel for sound. We also threw a blade plug in here just because the original hilt with the run did not come with a blade plug. So I just threw in a little brass button around a 7/8 inch blade, piece of blade stock, just to make a nice blade plug. The brass, I feel, goes well with the brass of the circuit card, and then the pommel, like I said, is vented for sound. Excuse me. Internally, we're running a Prizm 5.1 soundboard by Plector Labs. 6 different Luke Skywalker sound fonts with a variety of boot-up sounds from both Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens and Last Jedi. It's a Luxton Tri-Rebel lime green white LED. For, you know, lime is great. And the mixture between lime and green produces a very, very bright blade. 28mm bass speaker, 18650 lithium-ion battery, 3.7 volts, and then you've got your main and auxiliary tactile switches hidden underneath the circuit card. Let's go ahead, get her fired up. One of my favorite scenes from all of Star Wars, as I mentioned in the other video, is when Luke first ignites his green lightsaber. So 2 things. You may have noticed that there is no beep in between the sound fonts. I decided to try setting the beep sound to 0 in the config file and the override file on the Prizm. I had seen someone else do that, and I really liked not having a loud, obnoxious beep. So I think I'm going to do that from now on, just so that you can cleanly go from the end of one sound font into the boot up for the second one. And that boot up sound with Leia speaking Luke's name and Luke waking up from his Force trance and speaking Leia's name is my favorite sequence, my favorite scene from The Last Jedi, by far. It gave me chills. Luke has closed himself off from the Force, and after Rey leaves his island, he finally goes back up to the hill and opens himself up to the Force. You can see the ripples in the little pool of water inside that cave, and you can feel the Force coming, and then Leia immediately senses it, even when she's in her coma, and she says, "Luke." And Luke's eyes open up wide. Leia. Oh, it gives me chills every time I see it. So I wanted to incorporate that boot into this lightsaber.
I'll never turn to the dark side. The Force is strong in my family. Jedi Master.
My heart breaks. Several different shades of green that we've got here.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
Classic. Alright, for the blade, unscrew the top of the emitter here. There's your blade plug. You can see in the threads there is a small, I believe it's a 632 set screw. So you get an appropriately sized Allen wrench and unscrew that bad boy. I don't even know what that was. I'm so sorry. And then you plug your blade in. So it's a 7/8 inch blade, either thin or thick walled. And once you've got the blade in there, tighten the retention screw again. Make sure that it screws in past the profile of the threads on the emitter, so that your emitter flange can slide back on over the blade and screw onto the rest of the hilt. I like this. Nice, even mixture of lime and green. Gorgeous color. I love look at the profile of that thin neck with the blade coming out of the emitter. It's just such a beautiful image. You know, the thickness of, that's why I love thin necks. It's because the blade thickness, you know that the blade is not traveling all the way through this thin neck, because the neck, of course, is thinner than the blade diameter, and so it's like a little, it's like a laser focus, and then it erupts from the emitter, and I love that about thin necks. I don't know, that's what I personally love most about thin necks, is seeing the super thin profile of the neck with the larger emitter, and that's where the big blade comes out of. It's a great design aesthetic. So there you have it, guys. V3, Return of the Jedi, Luke Skywalker, shared stunt saber, made by Rudy Pando, installed by yours truly. I have 2 of these in my collection, so this one is going up for sale because bills. So if you're interested in owning this guy, link is below. Otherwise, thank you all so much for watching, and may the Force be with you.